much do these every few weeks because I'm just constantly accumulating books. And once I have like a stack of about 10, I'll sit down and film. And we have a stack. We have 10 books today. A few of these were gifts that were super kindly sent from my wish list. Two of them were in like subscription boxes that I'm subscribed to. And then I picked up about 4 of them over the past few weeks. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and we will get started. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I also have weekly exclusive content on my Patreon, so make sure to check it out if you have not already. You won't regret it. Okay, let's jump in. So the first book that I got, I'm gonna start with the gifts from you guys so I can thank you right away. So the first book that I got sent is Fangs by Sarah Anderson. I'm absolutely obsessed with this cover. It's like a hardcover, but it has like a fabric layer instead of a dust jacket, and it just feels so luxurious. And on the back, it says, "I want your blood." Now, if you could not tell, this is a vampire story. It's actually a story about a vampire who falls in love with a werewolf. Your classic paranormal romance. And this was the sweetest gift from Bethy Styles. I'll actually put her YouTube in the description box. Go check her out. She said, "I love fantasy and comic books. I love your content so much. You've inspired me so much with my reading journey. I love you, Beth. Thank you so much for sending this. It is such a beautiful edition of the book. I'm just honored to have it on my shelves. And it has gorgeous black sprayed edges as well. And this is what the art style looks like. You can see our 2 main characters meeting for the first time. I'm so excited to read this. I just think it will be such a fun read come the fall time. So thank you again to Bethy. Okay, the next book is one that I have had my eye on for months now. I feel like every time I go into a bookstore, I see it. And I think about getting it. But this is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. And this was so sweetly sent to me from Ever since she was cursed by a fairy, Theodora Eddings has no sense of fear or embarrassment, an unfortunate condition that leaves her prone to scandal. Dora hopes to be a quiet, sensible wallflower during the London dating season, but when Elias Wilder, the handsome, peculiar, and utterly ill-mannered Lord Sorcier, discovers her condition, she is instead drawn into dangerous fairy affairs. It sounds so fun. I love me a good fairy story. And you know I love Bridgerton. So I just think this will be a really cool blend, and I'm very excited to pick it up. So thank you again to Kayla. The next book. Sorry if you can hear Sylvester, he's like propping up on the couch. The next book that was sent from my wish list is this really cute edition of Blindside by Candy Steiner. Now I feel like Candy Steiner is like an iconic romance author. She's been writing romances for so long, and I've heard about this series a lot over the past year. So I was super excited to receive this copy, and this was so kindly sent by Linda, who said, "Hi Haley, this sounds like a cute, fun story. I hope you enjoy it. I was stuck in a reading slump this past year, and your videos really helped me get out of it, so this is a little thank you." That is so sweet. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that you got out of your reading slump. They're the fucking worst. I can feel myself like kind of veering towards one, but anyway, very excited about this. Now this is a fake dating college romance. It says Clay Johnson is the hottest safety in the nation and my new fake boyfriend. So college hockey, fake dating. What's not to love? What's not to love? And the last book was so kindly sent by Ella. Hello, Ella. Ella was on it because this showed up on release day to my doorstep with a note. And it's like she knew that this was one of my most anticipated reads of the year. She said, "I hope you like these. Here are some other books I think you'd like. The Finisher series. Is that by Runix? Because I have read the first book by The Predator, I think it's called. But I don't know. And this is not a werewolf story, which has an amazing setting." Thank you for the recommendations, Ella. I am so excited. And I will say I have already started this book. I've already started it. I've started annotating it. I've started tabbing it. So, thank you so much for getting me a physical copy. This is the third book in the Maple Hills series. The first book's Icebreaker. The second book is Wildfire. And this one follows Henry, who is one of my favorite characters, like in the friend group, and Hallie, who is a Swiftie, kind of introvert, eldest daughter, and I'm relating to her so much. I'm only like 60 pages in, but I am loving Hallie. So anyway, very excited to continue this. And thanks again to Ella. Stay tuned for my September wrap-up if you want to see my thoughts. Speaking of anticipated new releases, I also did go and pick myself up a copy of Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Now, this is our newest release, and it is the second book in the Rose Hill series, and I'm so excited. I've also started reading this. I'm only like, 2 chapters in or something, but I love Elsie. If you know me, you know. I'm obsessed. I have pretty much all of her books right behind me, and she's just one of my favorite romance authors, and this is her newest book, so you know I had to pick it up. It is a romance between a country singer and a single dad, and I am so excited. Again, stay tuned for my September reading wrap-up, because I will definitely be reading both this and Daydream this month. So, the next book that I picked up is Kingmakers Year 1 by Sophie Lark. These are the new Bloom editions. Bloom editions. They used to be called like the Air, the Savage, blah blah blah. But now I think they're just called Kingmakers 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is the series following the kids from the Brutal Birthright series. I'm currently making my way through that, but I've always wanted to read this series. It is like Hogwarts meets Mafia, because it's set at a Mafia academy where all these like college-aged kids go to learn how to like be in the Mafia essentially. And there's a bunch of drama and romance, and there's a page in the beginning of this book. Not only is there art, Sophie Lark also includes like the most gorgeous artwork in her books. But let me find this like dedication page. It says, "Welcome to the world of Kingmakers. Think of Kingmakers as your next binge-worthy TV show in book form. Every great show needs a villain. Dean Yenin wants to destroy Leo Gallo and take everything he loves. At the end of the first book, half of you will loathe Dean. Half of you might love him. Which side will you be on? Whichever you choose, by year 3, everything will change." So, you've got like interconnected romances with different characters at this academy, and I'm just excited to get into it. It just sounds like a really fun series. So, I saw that they had the first book, and I think the first print is doing like these sprayed edges, which is really cute. So, I picked it up. Do I have the indie versions of these books? Yes. Will I buy the Bloom editions too? Probably. Because I'm a loser. And I have no impulse control. No, but seriously, like, I just love Bloom paperbacks. Like, there's something about the way they feel, the floppiness, the font that they use, the paper. Like, if it gets published in a Bloom paperback, I want it. I want it on my shelf. So I bought it. No regrets. But yeah, there's nothing I hate more when I pick up a book and the papers are like page thin. They're like so thin and wispy, and they're like gray, and the font is like kind of like fading into the page a little bit. It's not like that crisp black, you know what I mean? Does anyone else do that? Or do you just like pick up a book and you're just like, I don't care? Because I constantly am like, I love this font, I hate this, I don't, half of the book is like really about how it feels. Anyway, I like Blooms, the way that they print their books is my point. Okay, then I picked says, for a shot at love, he'll do whatever it takes. Carter Beckett is the NHL's best player on and off the ice. Olivia Parker isn't new to professional hockey players, thanks to her best friend's boyfriend, and she has no interest in dating one herself. Why would you want to spend her time stroking the ego of an arrogant athlete? But once Carter meets Olivia, he can't think of anyone else. Too bad for him. Olivia is hell-bent on keeping him at arm's length, with no intention of giving in to his charms. Now, if there's one thing that I am, it is a sucker for the, like, he falls first, he falls harder. Like, I love to watch a guy in romance, like in MF romance, just pine after the female character. I love it. I gobble it up. I don't think women should have to put in any work in my romance books. I love that. So I just read the synopsis and was like, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. If you've read this series and you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. The next book that I picked up is The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I got this because I kind of thought that maybe I would read it like at the end of August as like a kind of summer ending read, but now I probably won't get to this until next summer because it is such a summer book. But honestly, I have just seen Ellen Hildebrand's books in every bookstore shelf that I've ever been to, like, since I was a kid, and I've never picked up any of her books, but I decided that I wanted to give one a shot. So I just read a bunch of different, like, descriptions of each book, and then I just picked whichever one sounded the most interesting. I don't know if there's like a particular order, but this is the one that I picked up. It is The Perfect Couple. It says, they're the perfect couple about to have the perfect wedding until a shocking discovery reveals that nothing is ever as good as it seems. So, in Nantucket, it's wedding season, and there's the Otis and Winfrey wedding that is happening, but the maid of honor is discovered dead in the harbor, and so it kind of throws a wrench into everything. And it just sounds fun. It sounds like a fun summer mystery. Again, probably won't get to this until next summer, or maybe, honestly, if I'm like really in my seasonal depression in the winter and I'm craving some summertime, maybe I'll pick this up for a bit of escapism. But yeah, that is The Perfect Couple. Okay, and the last two books that I got were in my subscription boxes for the month. So I believe my August Afterlight box, which is Illumigrate's romance subscription. In my August box, I got a copy of The Bearing by Casey McQuiston. The Afterlight editions are always so beautiful. They have like gorgeous sprayed edges. They have an art print, as well as end page art and everything. So and she signed. But I have never read a Casey McQuiston book. I have Red, White, and Royal Blue on my shelves that I still haven't gotten to. I haven't even seen the show yet, but I'm actually really excited about this book. So it says Theo and Kit have been childhood best friends, crushes, lovers, and now estranged exes. After a brutal breakup on a flight to their dream European food and wine tour, they exited each other's lives. Time has done them good. All that remains is the unused voucher for the European tour that never happened. 4 years later, it seems like a great idea to take the trip separately. It's not until Theo and Kit board the tour bus that they discover that they've both had the same idea. So now they're trapped together on this European food tour as exes. And oh, I love me a good second chance romance. And I know that Casey McQuiston is kind of notorious for writing queer romances, and I'm not exactly sure about these two characters, but they really are giving me non-binary vibes. Like, I'm getting two non-binaries in love, and I love everything about that. Even the naked hardcover is so gorgeous. I feel like the setting of this book is gonna be absolutely iconic. And last but certainly not least, we have my September book of the month that just came in. I selected Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors as my September book. This is the same author that wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which is on my TBR. And I'm not gonna lie, I really was intrigued by the cover. I love Coco Mellors covers, I just think they're so beautiful. But then I read the synopsis, and it's basically about these sisters who have to come back home because one of them dies. It says 3 estranged sisters return to their family home in New York after their beloved for the sister's death in this unforgettable story of grief, hope, and the complexities of family. And I've discovered this year that I really enjoy books that focus on family dynamics. I read Malibu Rising and I really enjoyed that, so hopefully I like this one as well. But yes, those are the books that I have